Well, hello, how are you doing? This is the S. Anthony Thomas. This is the S. Anthony Says podcast, also known as S. Anthony Says, episode number 372. Oh yeah, I'm back, baby. And thank you for coming back after all these years sticking with me, you weird bastards. You know, I talked to you about this before. Sometimes I'm planning out a podcast episode. You know, you got your script ready or your outline ready. You're ready to do ready to record this thing. And then something will happen or something will occur and you'll completely change your mind and talk about something else. Well, guess what? It happened again today, my friends. And you know what I want to talk to you about, my friends? I want to talk to you about the fact, and we all know this fact, and you will be able to relate to this fact, my friends. Your supermarket, my supermarket, is a damn liar. Your supermarket is a liar. Oh yeah. You don't think I'm telling the truth? I'll explain what I'm talking about. You can relate to this? I know you can. You go to a supermarket, maybe there's a new supermarket in the area or a supermarket close to you that you don't normally go to. Looks like a nice enough place, but you never really gave it any thought because you have a market. And you started thinking about, this market is actually on my way home. The other market is the one I'm used to, but this one might actually be more convenient. I might want to check it out. And you drive by the market, you take a look into the parking lot. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 o'clock in the evening, wherever way you decide to say it. You look at the parking lot, and you always look at the parking lot because you want to see how crowded the parking lot is, right? Because you want to know whether or not to go at this particular time. It's now 6 something. You look at the parking lot. It is packed to the gills. Packed. People walking around, people parked, people walking around with cars. You're driving by and you're thinking, mental note, 6 o'clock? Hell no. Not going there at 6. Oh, no. On another occasion, you're going by the same supermarket. You're going by at 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. You look at the parking lot and it's just as packed as it was at 6 o'clock. No. Hell no. No. I don't like crowded supermarkets. I don't like waiting in line behind idiots who don't know how to use their credit cards or who couldn't decide when they're at the counter that they're going to change something to send their spouse back to get some other crap, and it takes them longer to get the crap than it would have to just pay for the crap in the first place, and you want to slap the crap out of that bastard because of all of that crap. You know what I'm talking about. Hell no. You drive by the market early in the morning, you're coming home from something, or you're going to something early in the morning, and you look into the parking lot and there's almost no one there. Oh yeah. Mental note, no one there at 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Mental note, you're damn right. Keep that in mind. You go to this market at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can walk right in, buy the stuff you want to get in line, pay for it, get back in your car, go home. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. What happens one time is you really need to get something from the market. You're too far away from the market you want to go to. You're now close to the market that we're talking about here, and it's so packed. It's packed. But you got to go in, and there's nothing but cars, and you're like, oh God, I really need this thing from the market, and I have no choice. You walk into the market, and there's almost no one in there. What the hell? The parking lot, the supermarket lied to you. Why there's so many people, so many cars in the parking lot, but there's nobody in the market? Why? I'll tell you why. A block and a half away is the train station. So these people went to the train station. They came to the supermarket, put their car in the parking lot, went to the train station, did whatever they were going to do, and they come back. Why is the manager allowing this? Hey, manager. Yes. Why are you allowing that? Well, I figure the people, when they come back from wherever they're going to want to shop someplace. So I figure if I let them use the parking lot, when they come back from wherever they're going, they'll come back in here. I mean, the car's already here, and then they'll buy some stuff. And it's basically just a way of getting some new customers, solidifying some new customers, changing somebody's purchasing pattern, making people make purchases, Really? Interesting. A night or two later, I see all the cars in the parking lot at 9:30. I go someplace. I come back. It's now 11 o'clock. I walk into the supermarket. All the cars are gone. I see the manager. I said, I guess it worked out for you. All those people that you let park here normally when we think is illegally, I'm pretty sure they all came in here and bought stuff from you, right? No, they did not. They parked there. Then they came back and then they left. Ooh. Did not work out. So let's go back to the morning, okay? I made a mental note of the fact that there's nobody in the supermarket in the morning. I pull up at 10 o'clock. I look into the parking lot. There's nobody in the parking lot. Oh, yeah, this is going to be awesome. But wait a minute. There's certain things you have to factor in. A lot of times you look into the parking lot, you see a lot of people, and maybe there's no one in there, like in what I just explained. And sometimes you go to a supermarket, it looks like there's no one in there. There's not that many cars in there. And you figure that you look into the market and there's not that many people in there, but yet you still wind up spending an hour in the supermarket when all you wanted was a couple of things. Why is that? Because just like with sports, you gotta dive deeper into the stats. You can't go by what you just saw in the parking lot. Why? There's no one in the parking lot, and it's a lie. The parking lot lied to you again, you bastards. You have to ask other questions of yourself. Okay, there's not that many people in there, but what are the people that are in there? What are they getting? Because a lot of time the other people see that there's nobody in the parking lot. They decide this is the best time to buy 4 shopping carts full of crap. So no, there's less people in there, but the people that are in there are really going to do a lot of shopping. Hey, honey, could you get the other 2 carts? Because this is a good time to go shopping. And I'm so glad there's not a lot of people. You know what we're going to do? Let's get into a long conversation with the lady that's actually the cashier and talk about things that are going to make her get so involved in the conversation that she doesn't multitask at all. She's not even ringing up our stuff. She's talking about her kids, and she's talking about politics, and she's talking about her church, and she's actually singing hymnals from the church. And then we join in to sing hymnals from the church, and we have 3 carts worth of stuff. And the only thing she's actually rung up was 1 thing of butter. I know we have things here that could melt, but we're both idiots, and we're going to just keep talking until this thing starts to melt. Wait a minute. Excuse me, cashier. Yes, baby. Well, while we were talking, the stuff that we had here at the bottom of the cart, something that's going to take us about 5 to 10 minutes to get through just because of the sheer amount of things we have. Is there any way we could just take this stuff back, put it back into a freezer, and then get another one because it's going to melt? You know what? You go right ahead. You know what I'm going to do? Hand me the stuff that's right there that's melting, that wouldn't have melted had you actually had some common sense and realized that things like that are actually going to melt. And had you noticed that there were actually people behind you in line who actually have lives? Could you give me the products, and I'm going to actually, instead of letting your husband walk all the way back while I'm ringing up the other stuff, thus speeding things along, I'm actually going to take the stuff myself, leave my post, go all the way in the back, replace the products myself, of course getting into conversations with someone in the back of the supermarket, making this an even longer process for the people who are now obviously furious. Just kidding. I don't know that they're furious because I'm really, really oblivious. That's not an exaggeration. That actually happened. So now you think there's nobody in the supermarket, but yeah, there's nobody in the supermarket, but the bastards that are there are taking 55 times longer. So you're actually in the supermarket longer with less people than you would be if there were a lot of people in there. Oh yeah. And that's what happened to me today. I just went to the supermarket for 3 things, and I wound up spending 45 minutes in the supermarket because the jackasses in front of me did jackass things, those jackasses. Okay, yes, Anthony, calm down, calm down. It's over. You've left the place. You got the 3 things that you wanted. It's over. Let's just go back and let's talk about what we were going to talk to the audience about under normal circumstances. We forget all of that. We're now going to talk about what I was planning on talking to your bastards about in the first place. Here we go. Now, folks, I've noticed that there's a lot of people that I know, and I'm sure there are people that you know that have relationships that are really, really strained or weird. You'll date a lady and she talks about how much her mom's a you-know-what and her dad's a you-know-what and her siblings you-know-whats. And my real family is my friends, right? So she doesn't need emotional or spiritual protection from her friends. She needs it from her family. She's not going to disown the family, even though her family is toxic as hell. She's not going to get rid of them. She's going to have them around because they're her relatives and they damage her and make her feel like crap and make her feel like garbage and feel like crap. And she has the refuge of going to hang out with her friends. But she needs protection from the family. She needs a tortoise shell from the family, a tortoise shell. You know how a tortoise has that thick shell to keep it away from predators? She needs a tortoise shell to protect her from her family. But I've also known people that are the other way around. They have good families. Their families are incredible, but they're friends at work. People that shouldn't be their friends in the first place. And it's a little bit weird that they allow people that are not relatives, that are friends from work or friends that they grew up with, who always do dumb stuff, who always do things that get them in trouble, who always do things that get them in a bad light. She or he hangs out with these people all the time. The family is a refuge from the friends. The friends get you in trouble. They get you arrested. And all of a sudden, because you were hanging around these people starting fights, you go back to talk with your family, who's a wonderful group of people, and they go, you got to get new friends, but you don't want to get new friends because you're stupid, right? Well, you need porcupine quills to keep those people away. Maybe you can have them kind of around you as amusement, but if you can't get rid of them, and I would get rid of them, but if you can't get rid of them, you need a little bit of protection. You need to know, when they're going to do something wild, you need to ease off. When they're going to do something stupid, you got to ease off. You need those porcupine quills to protect you from them. You don't need any protection from your family, but you need protection from the friends. You need the porcupine quills to protect you from your friends, because your friends do dumb crap. And then there are people that have both, right? What about you have a family that's full of people that are a bunch of tubs of crap, but you also have friends that are tubs of crap and stink? And we've all been there before. You have friends that stink. You may be the kind of person that has a bunch of pretty good friends and one friend that sucks, right? The one guy that's kind of exciting, or the one lady that's kind of exciting because she's always doing something wild, right? The one friend that's a female or male or hoe that you live vicariously through. And the kind of vicariousness, not where you want to be that person, but they do such wild stuff, you can't help but watch it. It's like being at the live performance of a reality show, right? You see those people on the reality shows jumping on top of everybody, getting it on with everybody, drinking and doing all this kind of crap, always getting in fights, right? You're not there for that part of it. You're not there for the fights. You're not there for them jumping on top of everybody. You're not there for the stupid thing. They always kind of tell you about it, and you love hearing about it, even though you know it's wrong. You live vicariously through them that way. But sometimes when you have that person around, they do cause trouble for you, right? They got into a double fist fight at the bar you want to go to. You go into the bar. You had nothing to do with it, but now the bouncer sees you with her or with him, and now they're looking at you like, nah, man, you can't come back here because you're with the troublemaker. You didn't do anything, but they did something, and now it affects you. You need the porcupine quills to protect you from that jackass. But what about you have that jackass or a group of jackasses like that, and you go home and your family's a bunch of jackasses? You got the drunk father or the drunk mother, the emotionally abusive mother or father. You got the sibling that's a tub of crap. You can't hide out with your friends because your friends are a tub of crap. You look to the left, tub of crap. You look to the right, tub of crap. You get into a relationship. The person fooled you and they're a tub of crap. Oh. Because the thing about a significant other is when they're just your girlfriend or boyfriend, they're kind of the friend category. You're emotionally invested in them, but you're not really emotionally invested in them. And then they become the long-term living girlfriend or boyfriend, or the husband or wife, and now they're family. So either way, they can attack you from either side, man. Oh, you need protection from all of these people if you can't get rid of them. You can't be a tortoise and you can't be a porcupine. You got to be a Tortoisecupine, right? You got to be a Tortoisecupine. You need the kind of protection from both of these bastards, right? The shell protects you from the family, and the porcupine quills protect you from your stupid punk friends. Right? Imagine that kind of animal. Imagine if you had an animal that was a Tortoisecupine, had the shell and it had some quills on top of the shell. Oh, what an animal that would be. And sometimes you gotta be a Tortoisecupine. I'm a Tortoisecupine. Yes, I am. Now, my family's pretty cool, right? And my friends are pretty cool. But you know I'm prepared if they ever stop being cool, right? If my family ever turns into a bunch of pieces of crap, which I don't expect, I got my shell ready for you punks. Oh, I'm ready for your punk asses. By the way, I know my family listens to this. I just want to say when I say punk ass, I'm speaking hypothetically. But don't start acting up. In which case I will call you punk asses and mean it. Deal with it, punks. And I know my friends listen to this podcast as well. And I don't need any porcupine shell squills to protect me from you unless you start acting like jackasses. Because if you start acting like jackasses, then I'm going to call you jackasses. And you know me long enough to know that if you act like jackasses, I will literally go, hey, man, what's up, ass? You's a jackass. Damn, man. Did you have to say it to my face? You damn right. Did you have to say it with a bullhorn? You damn right. Did you have to come into my house, stand on my dining room table, point at me wearing a you're a jackass shirt, and then say you're a jackass in the bullhorn in the middle of dinner? You damn right. Could you take your foot out of my peas? Hell no. It ain't like you eat vegetables anyway. Shut up, punk. I went too far with that. But in all seriousness, I mean, sometimes you really don't even have any place to go when you're dealing with the people that are around you. You may have people that are around you that are very negative. You know, it could be your spouse, it could be your family. And you don't want to get rid of them, but you do have to kind of distance yourself from the comments you may hear or from the little sly things that people may do. Maybe they get in the way. You know, they make demands of you that are unreasonable when they should know that you have goals. Maybe they try to make you feel bad. Don't allow that to happen. You gotta create an emotional tortoise shell from that. You gotta let the comments come in. You can't make it. You can't do it. You can't be it. Why aren't you around more? You the big all of that crap. You gotta let it go bing and bounce off that tortoise shell. You gotta do it. I know it's not gonna be easy. It wasn't easy for me. It took me years to build up this emotional tortoise shell in preparation for if that ever happens to me. Right? And it's the same thing with the people that are friends, that are actual friends or friends in work. You may have people that you love, that are your buddies, your pals, your chums, and sometimes they may do kind of stupid things to put you in a bad position. They'll get in trouble, and all of a sudden they want you to bail them out. And I don't mean bail them out just for money, but bail them out meaning coming to get them from a place where they're going to get their butts whooped. I've been there before where I got a phone call. They're going to kick my ass, man, but they like you. And I'm like, oh, dude. And you get in your car, you drive to the place, and they got the guy hemmed up on the wall. He with you? Yeah, he's cool. All right, man, because it's you, I'm not going to bust this guy up. But tell your boy to stay out of here. Yo, all right, I got him. It's cool. You cool with me, ass. You cool with me. But if this your boy, I ain't going to bust him up because he said he knew you. But you know what I'm saying? If he comes to this club again, I'm going to throw him down the steps. That actually happened. And FYI, he went back without me there and was thrown down the steps. I told him not to go back. I said, don't go in. I said, first of all, I said, don't go there at all. You have no reason to go there. There's many other places you can go. There's a nightclub literally next door and across the street. You can go to any one of those. Just stay out of this one because this bouncer literally hates you. The only reason you're not in the hospital is because he likes me. And he's a fan of mine, and he likes me as a person, and he's a fan of my work. Other than that, you would be intensive care right now, So I'm sorry. It's funny now because that happened a long time ago. I just pictured this guy picking my friend up and tossing this. Why am I laughing at this? A friend of mine got thrown down the steps, but it was an after hours type place, and the steps and the wall were really, I don't know why they padded the steps and the wall like that. Maybe because the guy threw a lot. Maybe the wall and the steps were padded like that because the guy regularly threw people down the steps. I didn't even really think about that, but that's beside the point. But this guy would always do that kind of stuff. He's grown out of that now, and I know you're listening and you don't do that stuff anymore, and that's why I'm not using your name. And I know that you are literally sitting in your car when I release this, laughing your behind off because you remember this. And that club's no longer there. Thanks to you, because now you're probably like 60 years old now, and if you got thrown down the steps now, it would kill you. All right, but But that being said, like I said, you got to have the porcupine quills. You got to keep people sometimes at a distance. Keep them from getting too close. You can like hanging out with them and kicking it with them, but you can't let them get too close. You need those porcupine quills to keep them from getting you in trouble. So what I'm saying, folks, is 1, your supermarket is a liar. And 2, become a Tortoisecupine, my friend. That's what you got to do. You become a Tortoisecupine, bang! A lot of your problems are solved. You dig? Of course you do. Well, folks, this has been episode number 372 of the S. Anthony Says podcast. I am your host, S. Anthony Thomas. Do me a favor, if you love this podcast, and you do, make sure that you subscribe to this podcast, and you better. And make sure you rate and review this podcast. Get it done, you bastards. And and recommend this podcast to your friends. I would really, really appreciate it. Much love to you. I have 2 podcasts. This one, the one you're listening to, the S. Anthony Says podcast. I also have a second podcast that I would like you to listen to. I think you'll love it. And subscribe and rate and all of that crap to that one as well. It's called The S. Anthony Thomas Show. It's on Anchor. But basically, well, it's actually in the liner notes of this show. So just scroll down to the liner notes of this show, and the link will be down there. So go click on that, subscribe to that, listen to that too. I do 1 podcast a week on each show for now, and I'll probably do more episodes later on in the year with the other show. But more important than anything else, damn it, subscribe to both of these shows, rate and review both of these shows, you bastards, and tell your friends about these shows, you bastards, and listen all the time, you bastards. For some reason, I wanted to say you bastards a whole bunch of times. His podcast is everywhere. Stitcher Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, of course. Look, if they play podcasts, I'm on it. Okay? So just get it done, dag nabbit. I don't mind slapping many people in different countries. There's too many of you for me to pick a fight with. I was just kidding. Okay, folks, much love to every last one of you. I appreciate you. I love you. I really, really do. Thank you for the kind words. Thanks for the kind email and the direct messages and all those kind of things. I really do read them, and I appreciate you. I really, really do, in all seriousness. Well, folks, we're going to leave now, meaning I'm going to leave now, and we're going to do it the way I've been doing it for years. And those of you that have been listening to me for a long time, you know how we do it. We're going to do it on the count of 3, and I want you to say it with me. Are you ready? Of course you are. 1, 2, 3. S. Anthony out.
Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go. S. Anthony Thomas. Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and giggle. We're gonna get